Check number 3. It's the third time I attempt this, and I messed up the last 2 times, so yeah. So, friends, do you want to make some infinite mana? Well, here's your chance right now. By untapping your lands infinite amount of times. Now, how do you do that? Well, you start off playing Kenrith. The Return King. He is a human noble with 1 white and 4 colors to cast him. He has these effects. Well, firstly, we're looking at this effect with that revive mechanic. So yeah, you play him. Then you play something called Buried Alive. It's a sorcery that's a black and 2 colors that says search your library search your library for up to 3 creature cards. Put them into the graveyard, then shuffle your library. So you want to put. Let's say you want to put Zacoma Primal Calamity, elder dinosaur. That's a white, a green, a red, and 6 colors to cast. He's a vigilance reach trample. With when Zacoma Primal Calamity enters the battlefield, if you cast it, untap all your lands you control. Zacoma has a effect that is 1 red and 2 colors, deals 3 damage to target creature. This is the part of the trick. It has another effect that says 1 green and 2 colorless. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. So you can get rid of somebody's mana crypt if you wanted to. If it's costing too many war cramps, you know. Or you can, do 1 white and 2 colors and gain 3 life. But you got Kenrith that gains you 5 life for the same amount of mana. See that? So we're not gonna use that effect unless Kenrith is dead. But and then we put in the graveyard. So Nyx Bloom, the agent. 3 green and 4 colors to cast. Trample. Yeah, he has trample. I didn't know. And if you tap a permit for mana, it reduces 3 times as mana of that mana instead. It's a 5/5 creature. Zacoma is a 9/9. Pretty big, yeah. But he's gonna be the helpful part too of this situation. And look at him. He has lotuses growing on him, so that's probably where this effect came from. And then you revive if you have enough mana. And if your opponent doesn't, figure out what you're doing, the Great Whale. It says, when Great Whale comes into play, untap up to 7 lands. It's a summoner whale that is a 2 blue and 5 colors to cast. But you're gonna cast him from the you're gonna get it from the graveyard, so he's gonna cast 1 black and 4 colors to get out of the graveyard. You still can get the same effect. But yeah, you untap your 7 lands. Now the lands you want is red and black, and whatever land and whatever 7 lands you want. You want 7 lands so you can use his full ability. And then you want to keep killing him with Zacoma by dealing 3 damage to target creature. So you just keep killing him with Zacoma. So he dies. So it's Zacoma. Because see, Zacoma, he's a good dinosaur, But I gotta let him, cause destruction in his wake, so he can be happy, so I can tame this beast. So he destroys everything that he sees, because he's my tame dinosaur somewhat. But yeah, he then Kenneth revives him. Untap 7 lands. First, you want to tap your 7 lands. Tap up to 7 lands. And to revive him, tap 7 lands, revive him, untap those lands, gain some mana from those tap lands, the basic. And then say you have some blues floating. Let's say you have some white floating. Let's say that you have some green floating, That'd be useful. But you want to play some blues. You draw some cards. So you draw in the cards. We could draw in Dry the Releasing Groove, Seaborn Muse, We can draw in Maju, the Night's Reach. Hope I'm saying them right. But yeah, you want to draw stuff and, use that infinite mana. Use that infinite mana that you got from the Great Whale, because, keep on tapping your stupid lands and gain that infinite mana. Because, you're going to have 1 mana left. Yeah. You're going to have 1 mana left from reviving this creature. You're going to have 6 mana tap. You're gonna have not 6 mana. You can produce 6 mana from him. Produce 5 mana from him. That's gonna be 1 land, 2 land, 4 lands. So that'll be gonna be 4 lands. You have to tap. Then you get a profit of 3 back. So you get a profit of 3 back. And you keep doing this, and you keep doing this over and over and over and over. We play artifacts, like, Arcane Signet, Soaring, the Mana Gorge, Network System, the good stuff. Go to the Lotus, even Lotus Petal for fun. But yeah, we play those artifacts. We even play cards that, tap for mana. Like creature cards, like Elysian, hold up. He's a tree folk like him. No, not like him. You know what he does? He taps 1 mana of any color. If there's a creature that's a 4 power or greater on your battlefield, he taps 2 mana instead. You can get another tree folk that says that's gonna help you out. That taps mana for the tap gets 1/1 counters for based on the devotion on the different devotions on the battlefield. And you can tap that much mana as well. You can tap based on the devotion that's on the battlefield. I forgot his name, but I use him. You can play that 1 card that makes your creature mana dorks. You can tap the Great Whale, because he's gonna be dying every day. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, you can tap the Great Whale for mana if you want to. You can kill him again, bring him back. Get infinite mana with him, because he's gonna touch the graveyard. Go back in the field. Touch the graveyard. Go back in the field. He's just playing 1 step forward. Sorry. 1 step forward, 3 steps back. 1 step forward, 3 steps back. Wait. 3 steps. Oh no, it's more like 3 steps forward, 3 steps forward, 3 steps back. 3 steps forward, 3 steps back. 3 steps forward, 3 steps back, over and over and over and over. Each second great whale dies and then revives and then untaps my lands and gives me infinite mana. I love it. And then you can play cards like Boundless Realms, I guess. I think that's the right one. Or stuff like as Ashes Regrowth. I think that's what it is. I play some land drops. I mean, sorceries and instants that put lands in the battlefield, like Harrow, uh, Fair Wanderings. You know. Then I play some other cards like Time Stretch. You know, you could just cast Time Stretch for free with this type of, you know, trick. You know what I mean? You could just cast it for free. 10 mana for free. Just think about it. One card win. Or you don't need all that stuff if you can. You don't need all that stuff if you know what this card does. You know what it done. You know what it killed. You know what it did. But yeah, you can play that card if you really want to be salty. You can play stuff like Swarm Intentions for free. You can play stuff like you can draw your whole deck. You can draw your whole deck. You just can. And if your opponents have have lands and permanents that are tapped and that could create mana, but they're tapped so they can't create mana anymore, you can make your opponents draw out the whole deck and then die from, dead draw. You could do that. Or you could, give infinite 1/1 counters to a trample, reach, and vigilance. Because, you gotta reward the dinosaur for causing havoc and committing war crimes, But yeah, that's it, guys. That's how you make infinite mana. All because of this stupid whale. Bye-bye.